A gunshot, a door slamming, an explosion right inside your own head. You sit up instantly, heart racing, you check the room, nothing. No sound, no one there. And the worst part, it happened between 2 and 4 a.m. Again, here's what should genuinely surprise you. This isn't rare. It isn't a sign something is wrong with your brain. And it has an actual name. It's called exploding head syndrome, and somewhere between 10 and 15% of people will experience it at least once in their life. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why your brain manufactures sound out of pure silence, and why it almost always happens in that exact window. Doctors classify this as a parasomnia, a category of unusual experiences that happen during the transition between being awake and being asleep. It was formally recognized with diagnostic criteria only in 2014, which is why so few people have ever heard of it, including many doctors. The sound isn't real in the way an actual explosion is real. There's no danger, no injury, no damage. It's what researchers call an auditory hallucination, generated entirely inside your own brain during that narrow handoff between consciousness and sleep. You're not imagining it the way you imagine a daydream. Your brain is genuinely producing the sensation of sound, complete with the shock and fear that would come with a real one. This timing isn't a coincidence. Falling asleep and briefly resurfacing during the night both require your brainstem to shut down certain neural activity in a very specific sequence. Researchers believe exploding head syndrome happens when this shutdown sequence misfires. Instead of a clean, quiet transition, a burst of neural activity fires in the part of the brain responsible for processing sound, all at once. Your brain interprets that sudden burst the only way it knows how, as an explosion, a gunshot, a slamming door, something massive and external, even though the actual event was a tiny electrical misfire deep inside your own skull. Here's where it gets even stranger. Researchers have found that nearly 37% of people who experience sleep paralysis also experience this exploding sound, often in the very same episode. Sleep paralysis happens when your brain wakes up before your body does, leaving you conscious but unable to move. When both occur together, you get a brief, terrifying combination, a loud phantom noise jolting you toward consciousness while your body remains frozen, unable to react to a threat that was never actually there. It's one of the few moments where your nervous system experiences genuine alarm in response to something your own brain invented. Researchers haven't found one single cause, but the pattern is consistent. People report more frequent episodes during periods of high stress, anxiety, or extreme sleep deprivation. This fits a wider pattern you've likely seen before. A nervous system already on high alert is more prone to misfiring during the fragile handoff between wake and sleep. It's not that stress directly causes the explosion sound. It's that stress destabilizes the very transition where this kind of neural misfire is most likely to happen in the first place. Here's the part almost nobody tells you, and it should actually be a relief. Despite how terrifying it sounds, exploding head syndrome is classified as completely benign. Doctors have found no link to brain damage, no connection to stroke, no evidence it's a warning sign of anything dangerous. The condition that sounds the most like a medical emergency in your own skull is, by every available research finding, harmless. The terror it produces is real. The threat behind it never was. The next time you're jolted awake at 3 a.m. by a sound that wasn't there, you don't need to search the house or assume something is wrong with you. Your brain briefly misfired during a transition it makes every single night, almost flawlessly, millions of times across your lifetime. This was simply one of the rare times it didn't. Every story is a mirror.